Hey guys, Capital of Awesome here, looking pretty awesome with my Deadly Duck shirt. Anyway, um, I just recently, really recently, this morning, posted a journal on DeviantArt saying that I wanted your questions, and I would answer them in a Q&A video. However, I have not gotten any questions. So what I decided to do is I'm going to just tell you about myself. I can see my shadow on my wall and it's really entertaining. Anyway. This, what I'm about to say is all truth, all truth, all truth. I'm not going to lie to you about my life. I am going to tell you everything. I'll even tell you the details of how I was born. No, never. No, don't leave. I promise you I will not give you the details of how I was born. You don't need to know. You already know what it was like when you were born. Okay. Let's get this going, shall we? So, I was born... I was born April 14th, 2000. So that means I am 13 right now, and I'm going to be 14 in next month, because this month is March. I have a brother, three brothers actually. One is 20, one is 21, and one is 23. The 23 one, his name is Michael. I have three Michaels in my life. I'll get to that in a second. 21, I'm sorry, his name is Jimmy. He's my stepbrother. And the 20 brother his name is Steven. He is my half brother, Jimmy is my stepbrother, and Michael is my real brother. Real half brother. Steven and Michael are both real half brothers, because they're different fathers. Michael has the same father as me, but a different mom, and Steven has the same mother as me, but a different father. So, and Jimmy has a different mother and father than me, so that makes him my stepbrother. Anyway, they're all really nice to me. I feel like Michael might be growing a little bit apart from me, but anyway, three Michaels in my life. First Michael, my actual father. Second Michael, my 23-year-old brother. Third Michael is my stepfather. My mother and my father divorced when I want to say 6 or 7. I watched them fight in our doorway at our house one night when I was 6 or 7, and it was painful to see them fighting for the very first time. Then my mother decided to take me and Steven to a new house. To live with my mother's friend. I'll explain why I said friend in a second. Her name was Anjanette. And we stayed there for a bit in Freetown. I am going to be completely honest. It sucked. I'm being completely honest. It was the worst experience of my entire life. apparently my mother and father have gotten into fights before when I was younger than 6 or 7, but I've never actually seen them fight. But that was the first time I've ever seen them fight before, was when I was 6 or 7 in the doorway. Oh, okay, I know what it is. Never mind, sorry. Got distracted. Anyway, where was I? Yes, house. We lived there for a little while, and then we decided to move out again and find our own place in Brockton, I believe. And that's where my mother met my stepfather, Michael. He brought with him 3 children. Jimmy, my 21-year-old brother, Ruby, my stepsister, and Kelsey, my other stepsister. Again, I'll explain why I said stepsister in a bit. Back to Michael. So we lived in the same house with Michael and the children and the people for, I want to say, a couple of months. And I just came from home from school. I came home from school and met Michael, and I had no idea what was going on. I thought me and my mom and Steven were all going to live alone together, and it turned out that was not the case. My mother and Michael have been together for 6 years now. I believe 6 years. I'm sure. Yeah. 3 or 6. And for a little while we stayed in Brockton, and then we decided to move back to Taunton, and we decided to live in a house in Taunton. We obviously, we have moved a lot. We are moving again, and I'll explain to you why. My mother and Michael have never gotten into a fight before. Explain to you why we're moving out though. And I don't know. So I'll be completely honest, I never really liked Michael. I do now. I love him, but I never really used to like him because I felt he was a replacement of my father, because him and my mother were dating. We were boyfriend and girlfriend, Michael and my mother. I refer to Michael as Michael, and I refer to my father, Michael, as Dad, or Daddy, or whatever. Just call him Dad. And anyway, so we lived there. We moved again, I think. It's still in Taunton. And then, I'm sorry, can't really remember. I think that's pretty much it. And Kelsey and got a lot of, I'm not calling her a slut, but she got with a couple of people. Not like just met them for sex, but just had a few boyfriends. And I would make them leave her on accident. I apparently acted really stupid. And then she met Chris, which is her boyfriend. Ex, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And then I guess they decided to move out. They had a child, but before they had a child, they came to live with us. Awful, 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 awful. I felt like I couldn't live. Now, Hogan, Kelsey, and Chris don't see this video, but I mean, I respect them as family now, but anyway. Swallowing a lot of spit and saliva and that's pretty much it. Alright, so now let's get on to why I call Anjanette my mom's friend. Wow, that was dumb. Friend. Too many years. So my mom and Anjanette have been friends since middle school, I believe they said, and they have trusted each other all this entire time. And then we decided to live with her in Freetown, da 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 da. And then come home from my father's one day. I see my father on the weekends, by the way, since I got divorced. I come home from my father's one day, and I see her on our couch, and I'm like, what's going on? And my mom says, Anjanette is going to be living with us for a while until she can get back on her feet. Those are not her exact words, but you get the point. And first I was cool, thinking, okay, gonna, like, never mind. I was, I felt awful about it. I really didn't want to do it at all. I'm acting really weird for something very serious. I'm very sorry. This is me. Oh, that made me really stupid. Anyway, what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. Oh well. Anyway, back to the thing. So, yeah, she lived with us for a bit. It Mom kept saying that she wanted her out of the house as much as I did, and she was going to get on her feet at some point. She didn't even act like she was trying to get on her feet at all. She was a slob. She, took advantage of us. She just kept the living room so freaking dirty, and it was disgusting, and every single time I saw her face, I wanted to smack her. That's how much I freaking hated her. Guess how long she lived with us? I might think a couple weeks. I might think maybe a couple days. No. Half a year. 6 months, half a year. Did nothing for the family. I came home from school one day. I looked in the living room. She wasn't there. Now, may I mind you, she would be out sometimes, having to go get something, and then she would come home and steal the TV because she had to sleep in the living room. And then I looked up and I saw her car wasn't there, da 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 da. And then I asked Mom, where's Anjanette? I don't see her stuff here. And Mom said, she's gone. And I was over the moon. I was freaking over the moon. I wanted to throw a freaking party. And that's what I literally said to her. I said, whoa! Let's throw a party. Can we throw a party, please? Can we celebrate this, please? And we never did, but still. It was the best moment out of those 6 months. She was finally gone. I was so freaking happy. And then didn't see her again. And we called her friend, because she betrayed my mother. A lot. And I don't really remember what happened, but I don't know. Anyway, so we don't call her friend anymore. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're moving out because my mom and Michael got into a fight. I'm not really gonna give you any details because it's really not my place to say this because it is personal bond stuff. But they got into a fight and realized it's over for them. So we're gonna be moving out by the end of March, I believe. Yeah. Go to more, pretty not personal story stuff. Alright. My full name is Jay-Z Lee Vaughn. My name is in the Urban Dictionary. My obsessions consist of yaoi, which is boy on boy, yuri, whatever it is, which is girl on girl, Invader Zim, Zader, Zimmadib romance, Zaid If, Zimmadib friendship. I'm sure that there's Zaydib, which is Zimmadib romance, but anime, which I recently started an anime. By the way, I'm still trying to figure out how to animate on my tablet. I mean, I know how to do it, but it's really tedious and really hard to do. But enough of that. Manga, I draw a lot of manga. I'll get more on that in a minute. Drawing and writing. Okay, I'll get into writing right now. See what I did there? Writing right now. Yeah? Okay. I started writing when I was 5 years old. 0 or 5. Probably gonna say 50. No, it's just 50. I don't know. I was 5 years old when I started writing. I had a babysitter when I was younger. Her name was Charlene. She would teach me the alphabet and she would teach me how to write and da-da-da-da. And my father asked me one day what I wanted to be when I grew up. Man, mind you, it was only a few years old, like 5 or 6. He said, "Sweetheart, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And you know what I said? I said, "Daddy, I want to be an author and an illustrator." And he was just taken aback. He didn't know where I learned the word illustrator. He didn't know where I learned the word author. He expected writer and artist to come out of my mouth. I know he did. But I said author and illustrator as a 5 or 6-year-old. And most children cannot do that. And I was proud of myself. When I first started writing, I remember this clearly. I took a Horton Hears a Who book, titled Horton Hears a Who by Dr. Seuss, I believe, put it on the table, opened it, and started copying the words down on a piece of paper. Yeah. And I don't know what I was supposed to gain from that, but I did it. And then I started actually writing my own stories when 6, maybe somewhere 5, 6, or 7, I started writing my own stories. They sucked. They had like no description. I would use the name of the character over and over and over again. Instead of saying Joey went to the mall. He decided to buy a great big TV. He was happy with the great big TV that he had bought. Instead I wrote, Joey went to the mall. Joey decided to buy a great big TV. Joey was very happy with the great big TV he had bought. Joey was very happy with the great TV Joey had bought. No. I would write Zader. Well, I got into Zader when I was a lot older. And I would write it, and it would be, Zim saw Dib in the corner. Zim decided to walk over to Dib. Dib was taken aback. Dib didn't expect Zim to come over to him, but Zim did. Zim dib. I would never write he or she or it or thing. I would always write the name, over and over again. And I didn't know how to do dialogue correctly. Instead of doing like quote, line, then quote, and then quote again, line, quote, I would do quote, what the reader says, thing says, quote, and then a new one, like right next to it, quote, thing, quote, and that's how you're supposed to do it at all. I've gotten really far in my writing, and I find it a lot better now. I'm not making fun of retarded people. I hope you guys know that. I love people, kind of. Anyway, back on to drawing now. I started drawing when I was around 11 or 12, and when I thought I could draw, I couldn't. I actually had to clean out my bureau because of the whole moving thing. And I looked at all my art, all my drawings, and all my comics, and the art was just awful. And I'm like, how could I possibly think that this is good? It was like the worst thing ever. And I was so disappointed in myself, but I've gotten so much freaking better, and I am so proud of myself by how far I've come. I got a DeviantArt a year ago. So when I was 12 or 13, I got a DeviantArt, and I have 51 or 52 fans already. And I am so happy that I wanted to thank all of my fans, obviously. And then that's pretty much it. I have finished a yaoi comic called The Locket. Let me do this. I have been bullied all my life. Never once I've never been bullied. When I hit 6th grade, I was saved by a girl named Chloe, and I freaking love her. She's like the best person in the world, despite my mother, my father, besides them. She's like the person who saved me from all the bullying. No one else wanted to be my friend. Everyone else hated my guts for some unknown reason. And I finally got help, and I was more confident in myself to try to make friends, and she helped me with that. And I'm happy. Now, I have a boyfriend. His name is Gabriel. He's the sweetest freaking thing. I love everyone. Now, let's see. What was I talking about before? Damn. What was I talking about before? Alright, let me just do this. Chloe, shout out. Girl, you're like so awesome. Like hashtag swag. Hashtag swag. This is a hashtag. Can you tell? It's like a freaking hashtag. Oh my god. You were like so freaking lucky to have a hashtag. Girl. Anyway. I'm embarrassed now. Anyway. I hate using hashtags. They're so dumb. Anyway. Oh yeah, I'm Mr. Creepypasta, Jeff the Careless, Thunderman, Rake, all that jazz. Mr. Creepypasta, Laughing Jack, I love them all. Okay, I remember what I was talking about. I finished a comic, a yaoi manga called The Locket. I am currently working on a comic called which is about a girl. Can you guess what she is? I believe her name is Kisa, and she goes to a normal college, in Boston, and you have to read it pretty much. It's on my DeviantArt. Go there, you can find it. I'm sorry, I can't really put a link because actually, yeah, try. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put a link in the description to the first page and the cover. The first page is where it explains what the comic is about, not the cover, oddly enough. And I never really finished anything. I never finished one thing in my entire life except for The Little Locket. A comic I did a while ago called Survival Game, which was awful drawings, but it was really cute. That's pretty much it. I have an original character Damar, and he is part of the trainee. You might know that from my DeviantArt. I told you guys that I was going to make an anime out of trainee. Still trying to do that. It's really, really freaking difficult. I'm trying. I can upload an animation that I did on YouTube if I try. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. Of Damar just being this crazy little self when he's, insane. You can find Damar on my DeviantArt. I'll give a link to his background. I have an Ask Damar account on DeviantArt where people can ask Damar a bunch of questions. I've only got like 2 asks at the moment, and I'm really thinking of deleting the account because no one's really asking him anything. Probably, most likely because he's not really that popular. So I'm not really blaming anyone. I'm just kind of wish he was a little more popular. I remember one time I said that I wish I had more fans, and I realized that I kind of sounded a little selfish because I'm so happy to have all the fans that I have right now. I mean, I'm happy that you guys like to see my art. I mean, I do get favorites by all the same people, but it's still nice. One girl, Invader Rain, I believe, said that she was my biggest fan. Shout out Invader Rain. Love you, girl. She was my biggest fan. She wrote me the sweetest note on DeviantArt, and it made my day a million times better. And it was just so awesome saying how she was my biggest fan. I've never had a biggest fan before, and I am so happy. She says that she's the reason that she gets up that I'm the reason that she gets up in the morning to see my art. And when she's sad, that she said that when I'm sad, she's sad, and all that jazz. And it's so nice to have someone that actually cares enough to tell you that, and to believe that you are the reason that they get up in the morning is to find out how you are doing and to see what you do and how your day is going. And it felt really nice to actually have that feeling because I've never had that feeling before. It felt really awesome. I am officially the best writer at my school in the entire 7th grade. My English teacher told me so. I am the best. I am her best writer in the entire 7th grade, and I'm proud about that. I went from a D to a B in math, and I am usually horrible at math, which is a big accomplishment for me, believe it or not. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. If you want to know anything more about me, you can ask in the comment section below, or you can ask me on my DeviantArt channel. I can put a link in the description to that too. And yeah. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A video. Even though no one really asked questions, and I just pretty much gave you my entire life story. But, I thoroughly enjoyed explaining you guys of who I am and what goes on in my life. I didn't really explain that much to you, but, I'm really tired, and I really don't feel like doing this right now, but I can't stop it now. So, I love you guys so much. We're almost at a half an hour. 29 minutes and 18 seconds. And look, I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. All of you are the best. Even my haters, love you too. Because, I don't know, apparently you're not famous until you have haters, and I've had haters before. So, it's really nice. I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Possibly an actual Q&A video. Maybe. Anyway, love y'all. Hit like, subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll see you next time. half an hour. Okay, bye-bye. Capital of Awesome, out. Love you, State Capitals.